Hello there. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday, or happy whenever you're tuning into this. My name's Sean Miller, Hipster Viz Ninja. I'm very excited to be doing this again, as I do every week. Um, if this is your first time tuning in, I do this every single week around this time every week, Fridays at 10 a.m. Central, and basically we go through the current week's Workout Wednesday challenge. We go from data to dashboard. I have not looked at it. I have not seen it. I have not cheated. Right. I've not done any pre-study. So we just kind of sit back, enjoy the ride, and see what we can do. Right. So sometimes we get stuck, and sometimes it goes quick. But either way, we learn a little bit, and we make our lives a little bit easier in Tableau. So, with it, with that being said, what do you say we jump into this week's challenge? Hey there, Tim. Always good to see you. Always good to hear from you. Appreciate you tuning in. All right, here we go. So we're gonna build a mobile app. It appears mobile app in desktop. So you can see here we've got home, category, segment, sales, and we're going to build it in an app. So we're going to attempt to build it in an app, right? So that's what we're going to do. So we've got sales, profit, number of orders. We've got line charts and bands. We've got a bar chart showing sales by state, and then nav buttons down at the bottom. Cool. Let's do it. What do you say? All right, let's jump into it. I think we can just use the trusty old Superstore data. All right, so drag in orders to our data window. Go ahead and go to sheet 1, and we're ready to go. So, what are we going to do first? Well, what we need to do, let's go back and take a look at what we're going to be doing. Well, we've got, let's just go to the, click to open in Tableau Public. Let's do that. All right, so let's just start building let's just build these out, right? So we've got monthly trend of each one with headers here as well. Okay, so I think what we need to do is we'll do sales and measure names and entire view. Get rid of show me. No measure value. That's all right. We'll do first we need to filter our measure names to just get sales. And now we'll replace some of sales with measure values. There we go, right? Let's do real quick, we'll do discount, nope, profit and sales as default number formats, as currency, no decimal places. And there we go, right? So now let's do a little bit of formatting here. Here's a quick tip and trick for you. If you're going to be building KPIs like this, just do yourself a favor. Don't make more work than it's useful. Don't make more work for yourself than you need to. Get one sheet exactly perfect, and then duplicate those sheets, and then change out what you need. So that's what we're going to do for each of these, right? So we're going to drop measure names down here to measure value, below measure values. We're going to get rid of this empty line. We're going to bump this up to, let's see what 18 looks like. And actually they do have sales. So we'll do cancel. We'll do this. We'll do this as size 12. This as size 18. Make it maybe semi-bold. That looks good. Next thing we need to do is change all of our text to white. Click apply. It goes nowhere. We don't know where it's at. We do know where it's at. It's just hiding. The reason we need to do that is we need to go here. You can see it there. We'll go to Format. We'll go to our paint bucket, and we'll do. So here's a fun tool if you're a Chrome user. So there's this cool extension you can get called Pick From. I don't know what it's called. Let me find it. Nope. Nope. Where is it? Well, it's pinned, so it should be there. Oh, selector. No, that's not it. That's weird. Oh, Colorzilla. There it is. So if you go download the extension Colorzilla, it's pretty cool. You click on it and you say pick color from page, and then you get this, and watch what happens up here. As I move my cursor around, it shows those different it shows what those different letters are. And what's really cool is that once we get to here, right? And what's happening? Here we go. So we click this. You can see there, it copied that color to my clipboard. It copied that hex code, which is just awesome. So we'll go to Worksheet, we'll go to More Colors, and then we'll highlight this, and we'll click Paste. And you can see here, it popped it in, right? Which is pretty awesome. So, yeah, really awesome. Definitely want to check that out if you're, highly recommend it. All right, so now we've got that. We've got our sales. Maybe sales is also bold. Let's do... Hey, Caesar, what's happening? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Let's see here. We're going to do that. There we go. All right. All right, no tooltip. Everything's good. We'll call this sales KPI. Duplicate. Call this profit KPI. Duplicate. Call this orders KPI. So for the profit KPI, all we have to do now is we just edit our filter, right? So we just do profit. And there we go there. And then I need to create a calculated field called orders. And it's just going to be the count D of order ID. Okay. Orders with a space. There we go. Go to orders, do that, and we'll do orders there. 511, right? Yeah. All right. So that looks good. Next, we're going to do our trend lines here. So again, new sheet. No, we're not going to customize we're not going to copy and paste from the KPIs, but we'll do this. So we'll do order date. Put that on columns, change to continuous month. We will do, again, measure names, none, sales, measure values, trusty, continuous month. And the good thing is that now that I copied that hex code into my into Tableau, it automatically saves that as a recent color, so I don't have to do it again. I just click on that, and it's all good there. So that looks good. And we'll call this We'll call this sales month. And let's go ahead and do some additional formatting here. So we're gonna not show the header of either one. We're gonna format this and get rid of all of our grid lines. Get rid of all of our zero lines, get rid of our axis rulers, make sure everything's gone, right? That's what we're going to do. The next thing, let's just go ahead and make sure that our sheet is transparent, because you can see that that's coming later. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now we can duplicate this again, call this profit month. We'll call this orders month. And we're just going to do the exact same thing on profit. And we're going to do the same thing on orders. Just like, so now we've created everything for this first view. Let's go to category. All right, so let's build this. Okay, so I think, interesting. Okay, I think we can do this. I think we can do this, and it looks like what he's done is he's built this in separate sheets. I think we can do it. I think we can do that in. I think we can do it in one sheet. You want to try it? Let's do it. All right, so let's do. We have segment on rows. Nope. Oh, category. That's what it is. So we'll do category. Furniture, office supplies, technology. Yes. We will now do continuous. (2020) 2022. Okay, so we'll do order date. Again, order date on continuous month. Whoop. Continuous month. We'll do a filter on order date as well for years, and just bring in the last 2 years. Now we'll bring our, we'll do again, do this, because we're going to make everything, we're going to make life easy. Oh, I see. So this is sales, sales, sales. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. We can do this. So we'll do, we can just bring sales up here. All right. Now, you may be thinking, well, how do I get, it looks like you've done everything, but how do I get the, oh, I see, potentially. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna try this out. Because my thought was I could bring in the discrete sum of the discrete total sum of sales. So that would be discrete. And you can see here what it does here, right, is it's discrete. So it's at the level of the view, which is every month, right? And that doesn't look right. But the good thing that we can do here actually is, let's go back and let's wrap this in total. Sum of sales. And you can see here, it's doing, what is this doing? We've got 270, 217. Total compute using across. Let's see. Okay, so maybe I don't have the right number of. Oh, yeah. Oh, only the last 12 months. That's what it is. So we'll remove that. Do order date here. Relative date. Range of dates. Last 12 months. There we go. That looks better. So this should be June, okay, 13 months. Whatever. There we go. 217, 878. There we go. Boom. All right. So I've got this number here. Now, if I make this discrete, there it is right there. But what I want is I don't want it there. I want it here. So maybe that's not going to work. I was hoping that maybe we could have... Hold on. We're not done yet. Now, it's probably not worth it. It's probably, the juice here is not worth the squeeze, but I'm going to show you how we do it anyway. Yes, you could easily build sheets, right? What he's done here is you could build basically, build sheets to make these individual and then put them next to, so you're increasing your sheets. But we can do this. We can do this. What it's actually going to be is, we'll call this trend header. And it's going to be category plus concatenate. I'm going to open a paren. I'm going to open a quote. And then I'm going to hit enter. And that's actually going to start a new line within my header, or within my text, right? So now what I can do here, now that I have that, I can just drag. I can do string. Well, actually, what it's going to be is that plus that plus the string value of this. And it's telling me we can't, because why? Can't mix ag. Okay, fine, we'll do adder. Nope, can't do that. Can't do that. Okay. No, can't do that. Well, maybe we can, but I don't think we can. So let's try it. If I remove that with that, yeah, see? Okay, but I can do this. Look at this. Don't, again, figure out what works and then figure out a way to keep making it work. So you can see here, I created this, and you can see here what I get, right? I get the right format, right? So what we're going to do now is we can wrap this in a round, add another paren there, and you can see that gets rid of the that gets rid of the decimal places. So you can see we're winning, we're getting there. But now I need to figure out how to get that comma in there. So what are we going to do about that? How are we going to do that? Well, again, is the juice worth the squeeze? I doubt it, but it's fun, right? It's fun to. This is Workout Wednesday, right? This is not the easy way Wednesday. This is Workout Wednesday. So we're gonna give ourselves a little workout with some text manipulation. So what I've done is I've converted my total sum of sales into a string value, and we know that I can get rid of this guy now because he's just doing that. So what we're gonna do is we're now going to take this. You know what we're gonna do. Has anybody got it? Does anybody know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a left on this whole thing 3 places. We're just gonna bring the first 3 in. And then what are we going to do? Now we're going to add our comma. Right? And then what are we going to do? Well, then we're going to do a right. Well, I can just do this and bring all of this guy in here. And to change this to right. Now, if I've done this correctly. Oh, wait, this is going to be 4 because you can see that I still have my decimal place in there, or my $sign in there, so that's probably going to mess up. So let's just try it. Let's just keep our calculated field open. I'm going to hit apply and let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. So that's good. So that's interesting. I didn't realize that you could do number formatting on a measure, give it a prefix or a suffix, and then change that into a string, and the character, the currency character will remain, but it won't get right. That's cool. I didn't realize that would happen. So we learned a little bit, right? Again, that's what I said at the beginning. We learned things. So anyway, now look at that. I've got the exact value that you'd want, right? Now, if this were to, now we'd have to build this out. If we were going to be doing any filtering, or if any new data were to come into here and we were going to get up to 1 million or less than 1,000, then we'd have to figure out, we'd have to make this stuff all dynamic, which we could do, right? Like we could do that, but we're just gonna leave this as is, and just it'll be a footnote, right? It'll be a footnote. So good thing is that nothing is over $1 million, nothing is less than $1,000, so we don't have to worry about that. But anyway, so now we have all of that. Now you're like, now remember what I did, because I did attribute. Attribute is a table calculation. It's an aggregate calculation, and it means one and only one value in that. If there's one and only one value within that partition of data, show that value, right? So it makes sense that I see furniture, office supplies, and technology, because I brought out category into the view, and it made the partition, right? It changed the level of detail within the view to have the attribute of segment within this partition is furniture, right? If I remove category from the view, watch what happens. It goes to null. Why? Because there's more than one distinct value within the partition of within this partition of segment. All right. Now, one thing I'd be interested in is, can I just move it to detail as opposed to doing it on rows? And I can, right? Again, why? It's all down to the order of operations, and it all not order of operations. It has to do with the level of detail of the view. So think about Tableau. What is Tableau? Tableau is Visual SQL. They actually coined the phrase VisQL, right? It's Visual SQL. So what that means is, think about the query that's being sent to the database to create this view, right? Select month of order date and comma category comma sum of sales from sample superstore, right? If I remove this, and then this becomes a window function in this calculation, because it's a table calculation. It basically becomes a window calculation, right? So if I remove category, now think about what that SQL is going to look like. That SQL statement does not have segment in the query at all. So Tableau doesn't know what to do with it, right? So that's how you can kind of understand, how you can get your head wrapped around what attribute does. So we move that back. Now that category is in the view, we get a separate row for every category, and we can get a total. Of sales. So now we just do some formatting. Now I do all that, right? I did all of that, and you can see here this is not going to be quite right. It'll be close, but it won't be quite right, because you can see here furniture has a lesser weight. Font weight to it, right, than the numbers do. My solution will not have that. My category name and dollars are going to be I need to change my category. Nope, that's not right. What's happening here? My numbers got wrong. Is that because edit table calculation? Oh, across. Okay. And that's because it's summing everything. What if I move that back here? Does that change it? Yes. Okay. So again, we're learning things, right? I can put it on detail, right? Now we get back. Now we're getting into the window function aspect of it, right? I put it on detail, and it's summing everything up, right? It's doing the total for everything in it. I put it on rows, and now it's making a partition. It's forcing a partition, so when we go across, it's only furniture, right? So now we've got our numbers back, but I've still got this extra header right here, right? Like what gives? That's all right. We'll just hide it. Look at that. It's still there. Tableau knows it's still there. You and I know it's still there. End user doesn't know it's there. All right. So now we can go here to format. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do shading. I'm going to bump that up. And now I'm going to do my font, which is going to be size 12. Yeah, that looks good. Size 12 bold and white. And you can see here we've got, there we go. And then maybe the alignment is centered. There we go. That looks good. Now we can get rid of our header. We can get rid of, what else? Column dividers. Yeah, we'll get rid of those. We'll get rid of our labels, and we'll get rid of this header. No. Remove. There we go. Show header. There we go. And get rid of grid lines. There we go. Change our line to our green color. Okay. And there we go. We just did all that in one sheet. So that's pretty cool. Took a little bit of finagling, but again, this is Workout Wednesday. So, you know, we like to learn a little bit, right? We like to stretch the capabilities of what we can do. So we'll call this category. I don't know why I keep wanting to call it segment, because I don't, because it's not that. Okay. And there we go. All right, what's next? Segment. All right, what do we got here? Segment. Exact same thing, but not really. So what we need to do here is we need to take our trend header, and we're going to rename it trend header cat. Now I'm going to duplicate this sheet. I'm going to rename this sheet as segment. I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to edit this, call this segment, seg. And now I'm just going to do the attribute of segment. It's still going to be, everything's the same, right? Click OK. Click segment. Take it out here. Things are weird because again, why is this like this? Because I don't have the right level of detail yet. So I'm going to take segment here and I'm going to drop it on category, and everything works. Now let's go one step further with our, let's have some fun, and let's make our lives easier. I don't want to have to go through and, you know, reformat all this stuff. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to right click on my category, and I'm going to copy formatting, right click on segment, paste formatting, and nothing changes. Because I don't know why. It should have, but it didn't. So, okay, fine, Tableau. You want to act like that? That's fine. So we're going to not show the segment header. We're going to format this. As you can see, some of the formatting changed, or some of the formatting carried over, but not all of it. So, whatever, Tableau. You ever have one of those days? You're just like, whatever, Tableau, fine, I'll do it. Okay, so we'll do that. I think I did this. Oh, alignment was centered, and I think I did this 11 in white and bold. Is that what I did? Let's see. 11 bold and white. Yep, right. 11 bold and white. There we go. Now we'll just give ourselves some spacing. Just, yeah, I think I need to do that. I need to keep it that because of the office supplies. So let's go back here. This comes in a little bit more. This comes out one more. There we go. Let's try that. There we go. All right, so now they're the same width because everything's got to line up. All right. So there we go. So we just created 2 sheets. All right, we've got our sheets here. Now, of course, you may be thinking, well, with all that fanciness, is there a way that you could make this all one sheet? Maybe. Maybe. It would have to be... If I did... Let's keep... Let's see here. If I did... Okay, hold on. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just focus on this. But I think we could do it. I think we could. And we wouldn't have to use any crazy like map layers or anything like that, but we'll see. So a question from LinkedIn, could I parameterize category and segment instead of duplicating sheets? Well, that's an interesting thought. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, you certainly could. You could. You would have to, because you could and then you could parameterize this, and you would have to you could parameterize this, which would work, right? So you'd have to do, case statements to make sure that and then off of the interactivity. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could. Look at that. We're reducing sheets left and right. Love it. That's awesome. But yeah, you could. That's a good thought. That's a good thought. But again, as I said with making these, again, is the juice worth the squeeze? Right? Things to consider. Right? I know with the parameter option that we just talked about, that is very easily doable. And I would say the juice is worth the squeeze here. My approach with building it this way is the juice worth the squeeze. What happens if you have things less than $1,000? What if you have things that are greater than $1 million or $1 billion or whatever, right? Like then you would have to, because there's a little bit more parsing you would have to do of your number in order to get the commas in there. So again, every choice is a sacrifice, is what we say here in the data viz world, right? So just think about those. But I do like the parameter option. So that's a good one. That was a good one to kind of think about. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we need to add labels. I forgot about labels. So we got min-max on each pane. Okay, so let's do labels, show mark labels, show min-max for each pane. There we go. Good deal. We'll do that again here. Show mark labels, min-max for each pane. There we go. Yep. Good deal. All right, so now we have state. I think that's our last one here, right? Yep. So state, it's a descending bar chart by of sales. And we'll do state. Flip it. Sort it. add a label, change our color, get rid of our axes, get rid of our grid lines. Probably get rid of our axis ruler and get rid of our zero line. There we go. So we are going to also give us a little bit more space between that. And I might also bring down the size of the bars just a touch to give a little bit more space. There we go. Get rid of this. All right, I think we're ready now to, let's see, what are we going to do here? We're going to, so this is state. There we go. And now I think we just need to create our buttons. Yep, you can tell these are buttons. So let's, whenever you, and the only way, now the other thing is, again, can we reduce the number of sheets? Absolutely, you betcha we can. So let's do a, let's do min 1. All of them are going to be shapes. And all of them are going to have this kind of dark ground, dark background color to it. So let's do entire view. Let's show our header. Let's uncheck show header. Let's format this, get rid of column, or get rid of our row dividers. I think we're going to be keeping our column dividers because I think that's what we're going to be doing. And then we'll get rid of all of our grid lines again. Okay, get rid of our zero line. There we go. Let's go back. Let's go get our shapes. Download those. Open those. App icons. Go to our documents. Go to our Tableau repository. Go to shapes. Go to icon. There it is. And again, I have a ton of different icons and I don't make separate folders. I just throw them all in and figure it out. All right, and then we go to icon. I want to keep both. Sparkline, replace. There we go. All right. So there we go there. And now what we need to do, I think, yeah, we're going to have to, oh no, I reload shapes. That's right. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do this first one, more shapes, reload shapes, go to default, go to our icon. You can see we have home. Click OK. We'll go here, we'll go shape, more shapes, icon. That is category, which is the sparkline. We'll go here and we'll get our little building for segment. Nope, not info, icon. There it is. And then this one will be the map. Icon, map. There we go. Bump, go back to all marks and bump up the size. Bump up the size. There we go. All right, now we'll go to format. We'll go to this. And again, for those of you who may have joined late, I was talking about a great new Chrome extension that you need to check out. It's called Colorzilla, and what it does, what it allows you to do, you click on it, and you say pick color from page, and then you get this cursor, and as you can see that as I'm doing all of this, you can see it changing colors, and so all I have to do is go down here to where it's not a GIF, figure out what that color is, click on it, and then that hex code is automatically copied to my copied to my clipboard. And now what I can do is I can go here, go to shape, or go to color, hex code, paste that in, click OK, and there we go, right? And then the next thing we need to do is go to our column banding. Nope, go to borders, column borders, make them white, make them large. There we go, right? So that we'll be able to get that right there. Now what I'm going to do is so now the next thing is so now I just have these things, right? So now I need to make them dynamic in a way. Well, I can just do that real quick by doing, what I'm going to do is click new calculated field. It's going to be called 1, or doesn't really matter, right? I'll just do 1. And it's going to be the string of 1. And then we just duplicate this, edit, call it 2, make it 2, duplicate, oop, not that, edit, call it 3, make it 3, duplicate, edit, make it 4, make it 4. Click OK. Now I'm just going to take min 1. I'm just going to take number 1, drop it on detail here. Take 2, drop it on detail here. 3 goes here. 4 goes here. And we'll go ahead and get rid of all the tooltips because we don't need it. There we go. The reason I had to do that is because now they're calculated fields within the data source, and now they can be used in parameter actions. Now I need to create my dynamic zone visibility calculations. So this is going to be is1, and then I'll just do, I need to create, well, first I need to create a parameter. Call this sheet select. Call this container select because it's dynamic zone visibility. Container select. Current value is 1. It's going to be a string value. Now we'll do is1 container select equal 1, string of 1. You can see where we're going, right? Duplicate is 2, is 2, duplicate is 3, duplicate is 4. That's what we're going to do. Do 3. Right, while I'm doing this, you can see that there's a, Sakit asked if we can make the sales KPI and spark lines into a single sheet. You can. It will take a little while. It'll take some finagling and a little bit of extra work, but it is possible, and it doesn't require measure values or anything like that. But give me a minute, and I'll show you what I mean here. So let's finish that, and then we'll get to that. So let's finish this up, and then we'll talk about how to do that. Thank you, Caesar, for Colorzilla. Colorzilla is awesome. Really great for brands. If you want to use brand colors or anything like that, you don't want to have to go create a TPS file. You just go use that, and it copies it. And or if you do want to make a TPS file, you can just go click and you can just go click and copy colors to your clipboard and then paste them into your Sublime text file or whatever. All right, what are we doing? We're editing this is 4, and we're going to do this 4, right? Click OK. This is a really great challenge by Kyle, by the way. Really did a nice job of thinking about all the different complexities of this. So nice job, Kyle. Okay, now I don't have to do anything else with those right now. Now let's go build a dashboard. What do you say? We did all that. We're here. We're ready. The size of the dashboard is 32640. Let's get rid of the phone layout, and let's change the fixed size here to 32640. So 32640. All right. How are we going to build this out? Well, let's do a... First, we need to have a vertical container come out. And it's going to be that that color is going to be this. No, not that. It's going to be actually like, we'll make it a little bit lighter, like that. There we go. And we'll get rid of the padding so it goes all the way out. But we'll add inner padding so that we have a border around everything. Okay, then we'll do a text box inside of everything, center it. Wow, 2023, 24, mobile app, mobile KPI app. Okay, we got that. Make this black. Bump it up a little bit. There we go. All right. All right. Now we just need to create our vertical. We just need to put a vertical container in here. Within that vertical container is going to be the sales KPI. Sales by month. Profit KPI. Profit month. Order KPI. Order month. And I think also what I'll do is I'll put my selection down here all the way at the bottom. No, not there. I think what I need to do actually is let's go back. Let's see what our hierarchy looks like. So we have within that vertical container we have this. Within that container we have this. Just to make things easier so that I know where things are going, I'm gonna put a horizontal. But I want it, yeah, see, I want it to be inside of, well, I guess it doesn't matter. It could be right there. I'll just change the color of it to the same color. And then I'll put sheet 10 in here. Hide, entire view. Now we need to go back and we need to size everything down. There we go, that looks good. And then we'll get rid of our padding. Whoop, nope, not that, okay. Come on here. Can I do a... Nope, not that. do is see how there's that white right there on either end. Again, I think I just want to, well, I don't know. We'll figure that out later. Or maybe we won't. Maybe we'll call that good. Anyway, now let's talk about our hierarchy again. Vertical. Within the vertical, we have another vertical. There we go. That's perfect. Okay, so that's going to be, and this is where not skipping ahead and not getting lazy. And when you're building out a dashboard or something like this, if you rename your containers, it's going to make your life a whole lot easier. So this is going to be the home. And we'll do, and then what I'll do is I'll take another vertical container. Well, actually, I don't even think I need that because I did everything else in one sheet. So here is category. Oh, let's do, well, no, I want it like, I guess it's not really going to matter because it's dynamic zone visibility. Yeah. Okay, so sales KPI, sales month, profit KPI, profit month, orders KPI, order month. Let's get rid of our title. And now let's do distribute evenly. There we go. Things are going to look weird for a little bit. That's okay. Weird is fine. We're going to make the background of that. Oh yeah. Format, paint color, none. There we go. You can start to see how this is all coming together, right? Make that 0. Make this 4. Right? So now what I can do is I can click on home, which shows me what it is, and then I say control visibility. Yes, width is 1. Okay. This guy is going to be controlled with visibility is 2. But he doesn't go away. Interesting. Okay, so I need to put him, so he's going to come back, and I need to put him in here. Yeah, but I don't want him there. I want, there it is right there. Okay, so then it's just going to be, so this is 1. This is 1. This is 1. This is 1. This is 1, and this is 1. This guy is 2. There we go. Now I'm just going to show you, just for the sake of time, because it is 11 and I don't like going over an hour if I can help it, for everyone's time, being respectful of it. So I'm going to show you the first 2, and then then you can figure it out from there, right? So next thing I need to do, go to dashboard actions. I'm going to create a parameter action on just sheet 10. Target parameter is container select. So this is where it kind of, I'm going to have to make 4 different ones, right? So when it's 1, keep current value. 1, and then I'll have to do that each time, right? So change parameter value. I'll just do this for the first 2. You can see how it goes, and then you just duplicate, right? So we go to sheet 1 or sheet 10, container select on 2, no aggregation, keep the current value. Okay, click OK. Change this to 2. And now, when I select this, nothing happens. Why? Why? Container, category. All right, let's see. Parameter. Yeah, that's 2. Okay. Float. What happens? Okay. Is that because... No. That doesn't make any sense. Why isn't that working? Oh, now it's gone all together. Let's go. Category. Okay. Okay, remove from dashboard, add to dashboard. Okay. And then we'll do device layout, control using is to. Yes, that's okay, so it's working now. And now it goes away. Okay, well. Again, hacky. Don't know why it's not working, but for the sake of time, there's no reason that this whole thing can't just be, you can't just have multiple sheets floating on top of each other. Multiple containers floating on top of each other, right? And then you can bring out segment, bring that out, float it, looks weird. And now you do dashboard actions, add, change parameter value, container select on 3, keep current value. So now when I select, well, now I go to layout, is 3, goes away, but I can still interact with everything on sheet, everything on my segment sheet. I select sheet, I select that one, only that shows up, hide the title. Now, yes, I could have done all of this tiled and, you know, all that kind of stuff, but we are where we are, right? All right, so now I go to dashboard actions, make that 3, parameter action 4. I said I was just going to do it once and then you could figure it out, but then we ran into issues. So click current value, click OK. Now when I select that, that goes away. Now I do my states. Format, sheet, none. Hide the title. Bring everything over here. There we go. And there you go. So there it is. Oh yeah, and then I gotta this guy? Layout is 4. There we go. There it is. Bingo. So, like I said, kind of weird. I could make all this work with containers if I really wanted to, but that's the cool thing about dynamic zone visibility is you can do it at however you want, and it'll work. So, pretty cool. All right. Thank you so much for watching. We learned a whole lot today, actually. We learned a lot. We learned about how to do some string manipulation to make numeric headers with a table calculation. We learned a little bit more about the attribute function. We did a lot of cool stuff. So lots of good learning here in this challenge. So again, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. It really means a lot that you tune in every week. I hope you learned something. I hope you get something out of it. If you have any feedback, thoughts, comments, feedback you want to share, drop a comment below. Reach out to me on social media, Twitter and LinkedIn. I'm everywhere. You can't find me. As always, we are data people. I'm Hipster Viz Ninja. Go forth and viz.